That was some pretty good timing, actually. Almost. There we go. There we go. Yeah, put that in the top. Just go ahead and... That's probably... Nah, that's probably fine on the top right. Hello there, Wolfie. Hello, everybody. I am Manji Dragonfly. Welcome back at long last to Lucid9. How you been? Not super great. It finally happened to me. I caught the big C last week. Or rather, the illness I had finally, got worse to the point that I went and found out I had the big C last week. So that's why I wasn't around last week. I was busy recovering. It sucked. 4 years. Never got it. Yeah, I'm feeling a lot better this week. Well, I had a bit of a coughing fit yesterday that I thought I was feeling perfectly fine yesterday until I started having a coughing fit, so I decided to skip out on yesterday. So I'm feeling pretty good today, though, so let's actually see about finishing this up at long last. And also, quick little thing to say. Anything important happened? Other than the fact that we did not finish the game, even though I labeled it as a finale, the most important thing is that we went home and now we have a mysterious visitor in our house that we did not invite. So now we gotta find out what the deal with that is. Before we do that, though, I just also quickly say thank you to Mr. Meat for subscribing to my YouTube channel. I welcome you to the Dragonfly Den Guild and something like that. It's nice to finally have that recent last subscriber thing finally properly running with someone who's actually subscribed right now. Anyway, enough about that. Let's continue. Good evening, Yamashimoto. Natsuki Tanaka leans against the window, arms crossed over her chest as she surveys me with a patronizing smile. Ugh, this weirdo. Natsuki? Why is Natsuki here? I mean, she did know the way to get into her house. You didn't change the combo, man. Waiting for you to go live. How you feeling about? Yeah, thanks. Thanks, Wolfie. Glad to be back. Glad to finally be feeling better enough to stream. I'm hoping that next week I'll be able to start up on my major project. Probably would have been honestly waiting for next week. Probably would have been the best even if I did go yesterday. But c'est la vie. How'd she get here? What's she doing? Did you miss me? My grip goes slack. The knife clatters to the floor. What are you doing here? I wonder. She just waltzed into my apartment. I mean, she has the combo. I already have. Get out or I'm calling the police. Go ahead. You believe they would listen? I fall silent at that. My head's spinning too fast to track. Closing down the school, withholding information on the crime, setting up Ryota as a scarecrow immigrant. That was you? Oh dear, I can hardly take credit for such a master's work of art. No, I'm just an ordinary teenage girl beset with high school drama and college entrance exams. I don't believe you! You're a snake! Sudden thrill of rage races through my veins. I lunge forward, slamming my hand on the glass. Look, Tanaka, I'm not in the mood for games. Oh, that's interesting. I could have swore you were just playing one. What? Oh, are you feigning ignorance now? I speak of the, RP, of course. Oh, yes, the incredibly long D&D, or was it G&G? I forget which one. Faux D&D game we played last session. I remember there was a, faux D&D game. I forgot how, much there was to it at the end. This ending was, a hell of a lot longer than I expected it to. Or, a lot longer than I expected it to, be, from what I remember. How could you know? I believe we've been over this part before, Yamashimoto. is hardly of any importance by this point. She suddenly twists her fingers in my collar, her face dropping to a harsh, straight line. What really matters is your sheer ignorance. I really don't like you being this close to me, you should have heeded my words while you had the chance. Your words? I should have stayed out of this. All of this. She releases me, shoving me back with surprising strength. I barely catch myself against the wall. Why is she so strong? Why is this weedy little teenage girl so strong? This shit's why I don't trust her! I caught the serial killer, isn't that what... Natsuki barks in harsh laughter. What, that little pawn? I wouldn't go patting myself on the back for him if I were you! Pawn. That did seem to be the conclusion we reached about Ryota last time. Also... Oh, well, wait, yeah. I didn't need to get rid of that Stream Elements message because... Fun fact, even though the... Oh, what the hell? Hold up. That's wrong. Oh, it's... Okay, yeah, I'm gonna actually move the... there's not really a fantastic place for me to move this. That's cutting into the chat a little bit more than I thought it was going to. I don't like how small it is, though. It's a problem. And you know what? Have the logo move there instead. Oh god. I forgot just how much I was going to cut into the thing. It's probably fine. Yeah, this is looking a little bit better. Yeah, fun fact, the campaign for Lucid9, the Kickstarter campaign, was supposed to end last week, which is why I wanted to get it done last week, but obviously I felt sick, couldn't do that, but thankfully they actually did extend the campaign by an extra week, so there's now a few days left. I feel like I should really mention this because there's a few days left in the Kickstarter campaign, and they still haven't actually reached their goal. I know I'm saying this is probably like only like I'm pretty sure it's only Wolfie in the chat right now, but and I know like by the time anyone really watches the VOD, it's probably gonna be well past over. But just wanted to throw it out there. The campaign is in fact still live for a few more days. I did not have to like completely get rid of the mess. I didn't have to like go and like mess around with messages or anything. But yeah, just throwing that out there. I practically spoon-fed him into your hands. Claps hollowly, every facet of her face alight in a sardonic smile. Congratulations, Yama Ishimoto. You think this is the end? You aren't even close. She slides through the door with cat-like grace, tapping something on her hip. Deadly Fugu cuts off abruptly. Think that was how you pronounce that word? Oh, and you might want to change your key code. Thanks! Okay, that was actually a lot shorter than I thought it was. There's silence. Nothing but cold, deathly silence. I sink to my sofa, waiting in the darkness of my apartment. Only one phrase thrums through my mind. Yoda in jail, Rui alive. So what? The press is silent, school is closed, and according to Shigure, something's wrong with the police too. I understood everything, but Natsuki's always one step ahead. I thought I was the orchestrator, but it looks like I'm just a pawn. Still too ignorant. Still too weak. I don't know what's going on. But maybe this is when all that changes. Now I'm capable of fighting back. For Mizu, who I should have protected. For the smiles of my friends. I like how even though, even though she's not one of the main friend groups, she's, like, one of the, like, auxiliary girls. Misaki still got put into that group picture. Like, shove off Akira and Elizabeth. Misaki's the important one here. For peace and happiness, I guess. How cliche. Maybe it's time to stop staying back, thinking that everything will go wrong. Maybe it's time to move forward. There's something behind all of these murders. I have to figure out what that something is. Oh, there we go. There's Rui and all the other girls. And I can't do it alone. I guess I'm realizing that I won't need to. Dream of something strange. At the time, it was perfectly clear. Something so vibrant that it was almost tangible. It was smoke, feeling heavy in the air, a kind of blackness filling my lungs. While I was dreaming, I understood everything. After waking up, it felt vague. Silhouette emerged in fog. Fog? Oh no! No! I thought it was Alavinova! Get out of here! I feel like I've missed something important. Normally I might check if Natsuki stole anything from my apartment. To be honest though, she doesn't seem like the thieving type. No, she doesn't seem like the thieving type. She's definitely the type to more so like break into your fucking house just to be like, hey, I can break into your house. Have fun sleeping at night, asshole. What a bitch. If anything, she's probably just the kind of person who relishes in the abject terror of humanity, you know? What he said. Instead, I guess I'll wash up and get dressed and do whatever else is routine. Waiting for the moment of truth. Till I meet Rue today. A little strange. Now that the day is bright and the sun's shining and the weather is a stereotypically beautiful summer day, my head is painfully clear. Cryptic warnings? Whatever. They're only ominous in the dead of night when accompanied by Dance Macabre. Sorry, I looked at that for a moment. I was a little confused. I'm playing like a JRPG game where like Dance Macabre is the name of one of the protagonists of the attack. I was like, what the fuck? For a brief moment, I forgot that Dance Macabre is like a proper term. Proper terms I don't actually remember the proper like meaning of. Give me one moment. The Dance Macabre, French pronunciation, also called the dance, or from the French language, there's a French pronunciation, it's also called the Dance of Death, is an artistic genre of allegory from the late Middle Ages on the universality of death. Dance Macabre consists of the dead, or a personification of death, summoning representatives from all walks of life to dance along to the grave, typically with a pope, emperor, king, child, and laborer. Blah 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 blah. It's skeletons dancing. I actually have an image for that. I'm now going to grab that image because I'm an idiot. You want a Dance Macabre? I'll show you a Dance Macabre. There you go. So worth it. So worth all that trouble. Okay, that's enough of that silliness. I miss doing stupid shit on stream. As for meeting Rui today, can't deny it any longer. She's going to confess to me. She's going to say that she likes me, as in has romantic feelings for me, just so I don't misunderstand, dummy, okay? So listen up or she'll punch me. By the way, that doesn't mean we have to date or anything. She thought she would let me know. And she'd like me for forever, but because I'm just such a dummy, I never realized it. But anyway, where is she going with this? She had a point. Ah, right, she likes me. Yeah, that's all she had to tell me. I'm glad that Rue is, like, such an important part of your life that you can just dip into her exact mannerisms, Yama. Then she'll finally stop breathlessly, and I'm supposed to act floored because she was so very subtle about hiding her feelings. Maybe it sounds arrogant, but it's true. Can't deny that for some unknown reason, Rui Hayata has feelings for Yama Ishimoto. The problem has always been, what do I do in response? You think that after facing a serial killer together, anything else would pale in comparison? Romance worse than serial killers. It's true. And well, I guess it did. Yesterday. No, for the past 3 months even. I'm even having doubts now that the event is actually imminent. For the first time, it's not just something I can push off for later. going to have to face it today. The thing is, I know what Misaki would say, or what Akira would say. She likes you and you need her. What's the problem? That's the problem. That's exactly the problem. Rui doesn't deserve anything half-hearted. He doesn't deserve a guy who doesn't even know how he feels, or a guy who's using her for his own purposes. He deserves someone who's totally madly in love with her, who pursue her to the ends of the earth, who will fight for her like she's... Why do I suddenly think of Masato? Ugh. Then Misaki or Akira will respond, well, sure, it doesn't matter. She likes you for you. And I will respond, it does matter. It will always matter. It will matter because in a few months, Rui will be disappointed, claiming that she's in a one-sided love and she'll want more from me than I'm able to give. It will matter because if something happens between us, I'll have no one left. Misaki or Akira will respond, love is a choice. Love is an action. It's not a wishy-washy feeling. You can choose to love her. Then they'll continue, so, go confess! Seize the day! And at that convenient moment, Rui will call me in the shoujo manga will be complete. Okay, I can understand Rui, but having Akira and Misaki in your head enough to have a coherent conversation. I mean, that kind of was what we did during the whole big revelation scene, wasn't it? Hey, no, we were supposed to meet up today, but I was thinking that Yama. My voice dies in my throat and I flop on the couch, staring at the ceiling. Hi, Dad. I don't remember this scene at all. An awkward pause. I hadn't expected this call to come today. In fact, I hadn't expected this call to come, well, ever. What exactly has been going on? I don't hear disapproval in his voice. I don't hear anger. I don't even hear worry. He sounds distant. Just like how I feel distant. Nothing much. Sounds feeble coming out of my mouth. Of course stuff has been happening. They've been paying the hospital bills. They've been receiving notices from the school. Who knows? Maybe Shiguri talk to them. I want to hear from your own mouth. Yama, was this about a serial killer and Rui and... They weren't supposed to call. They were supposed to be ignorant, able to keep their son at a distance, flying by whatever arrangement was most comfortable for them. Yeah, there's been disappearances at the school. It was actually because a faculty member of the school was kidnapping students and murdering them. Yes, we heard. Can't believe it. He almost killed Rui. Dead silence follows the statement. I mean, I guess the whole thing is that, like, a lot of this stuff has actually been being repressed from... I mean, even then, the whole big thing about, like, oh, Ryota! He's an immigrant! You're coming to steal our job! But even then, there has to be like, yeah, this person who's a serial killer was working at the school. He was doing the serial killings he was only doing them in the force before. Well, he was only, like, taken to the force before. He was only kidnapping them from the school, but still. I wait, my palms sweating against my pajamas. So, the hospital visit... Yeah. Another silence. So much for not bothering my parents. Yama, you almost died, didn't you? They're telling me there's no other option, son, and that you called the police. There wasn't, and yeah, I did. There's yet another silence. Almost as if we're co-workers rather than family members. To be honest, I can't really say why. It's not like my parents hate me. In fact, I know that they care for me. Things used to be different. We were a close family in a way. Mom and Dad were always smiling, always laughing, always excited about their restaurant. After Mizu... Son? Huh? Hear your mother? Pause. Dad sighs. Coming to pick you up. Now. Wait, what? Leave? Now? There's too much unfinished. There's too much that I'm leaving behind. It's just too much. I mean, we thought you'd be safe and happy in Osamu with Rui, but I am. Oh yes, I could tell that from the hospital notice and the serial killers are apparently after yours and Rui's next. Dear, please calm down. You're coming back, Yama Ishimoto. I'm not... Suddenly his voice cracks. Losing my other kid. Just like that, the distance between us shatters into pieces. All backwards, my mind flailing for explanations. Expectations, guilt, nostalgia. We've been distant for years. We've barely spoken. Most times I don't even come home for the holidays. After Mizu died, all they did was push me away. Right? Or was I the one who pushed them away first? I don't remember anymore. All I know is I don't want to go back. Not yet. I still need to stay in the city. I have so much to discover. About Ryota, about the news, about everything. It's probably selfish. No, it's definitely selfish. All this time I thought that my parents sent me to school to Rui to kick me out. Looks like they've just been trying to care for me. Shouldn't I repay that favor? We're getting in the car. Pack your stuff, Yama. We'll be there in 3 hours, honey. On the dot. 3 hours. 3 hours to say goodbye to all the friends I've made, tie up all the loose ends I've left hanging. Including my visit to Rui, if I'm gonna visit her at all. What will I even do when I return to my hometown? Sleep? Watch movies? Waste the day just like I used to? No, I might not be in a slum anymore, but that doesn't mean I can't do anything productive from home. Okay, have a safe trip. Bye-bye, honey. You be safe too. Good to see that. It's good to see that despite all the distance and years of not really acknowledging one another, there is some genuine care. Or at the very least, like, they're like willing to like make the trip to go bring the kid home and keep him safe, I guess. I mean, there's not anything more sinister to all this. And with that, the call shuts off. I should probably feel relieved, or happy, or grateful for learning that my parents haven't been ignoring me this whole time. I only feel blank. Maybe the distance is too much. Maybe it's all too late. I carelessly begin to throw some of my belongings in the luggage, but stop short, checking the time. 3 hours. Just enough time to visit one friend, then pop over to Rui's house before my parents arrive. Ooh, just one person? Seems so sudden. Well, then again, I guess I shouldn't be making this a big deal. I'm not exactly moving to a different planet. So if I can only see one person, who should I see? One person. Airi Akira Masaki. Well, we don't get to see Masao or Yahiko. What the hell? There are two best friends other than Rui, right? Should I at least say what the whole deal with this particular scene is? You know, I might as well. So, I only got I got these three options. You might notice that, like, out of all the... So, no Masao, no Yahiko, and you might notice no Elizabeth either. So, Masao and Yahiko don't really get, like, all the, like... You might have noticed there was, like, a few, like, options, like, throughout the game, like, mostly in the second half, was interacting with the girls. Those are, like, optional. You can completely blow them off, but if you don't follow them through to the end, you don't get to talk to them at the end of the game like this. That's why Elizabeth isn't around. I kind of didn't really interact with her, since that was actually what I did the very first time I played through the game. So this is kind of like your reward for actually seeing your relationship values through to the end with the other girls. If you're wondering, there is something special and different that does happen if you blow off all 4 girls and just never really interact with them all that much, but I'm just gonna say, don't do that for a first playthrough, don't do that for your initial playthrough. You should see the proper ending all the way through at the start. I'm not going to show off that, like, I'm not gonna show that off. I'm not gonna show off what happens if you just don't ever see any of the girls for their extra scenes. That'll be the thing I do to entice you to play Lucid9 yourself. But I will say, I am going to show off, but trust me, it's better you want to at least watch, like, the proper ending first before you see the extras, before you see that alternate ending. That's really 3. I mean, look, it's gotta be Masaki, right? She was like our childhood friend. She was like one of the closest people we've had. We had to like repair her and Rui's relationship. It's all special. She's the childhood friend. We gotta go see the old friend who's back in town. During the circumstances, this is probably the best person I can talk to right now. Hey, Yama, what's up? This is kind of sudden, but are you busy with work right now? No? Why you ask? You think we can meet up? A silence pervades over the line. She didn't hang up, did she? Are we going on an adventure? What? So, no? No, I just want to talk to you about something. Oh, I see. So where you want to meet? How about the courtyard? Oh, wait, the school's closed. Is there anywhere else where we could have a decent discussion? Ah, of course. Have you been to the river by the school? River? Are you sure? Yeah, I'm sure. Alright, I'll see you there in a bit. She cuts the call. Well, time to head to the river. You better have at least swapped out of your PJs, Yama! I leave my luggage in my apartment and head outside, slipping Rui's pen into my pocket. The day is beautiful and bright, sending waves of sparkles skittering across the surface of the Rainbow River. I had almost drowned in it twice. I might have actually appreciated its beauty. As it is, I can barely bring myself to approach a bench that's a good distance from the river's edge. I have Misaki already waiting for me. Her elbows are propped on the railing, a faraway gleam in her eyes as she overlooks the cityscape. That's odd. Normally she'd be absorbed in her phone or snapping photos of everything around her. She's here for a serious conversation, dummy. I tap her on the shoulder to get her attention. Afternoon, stranger. Oh, you're here. It's about time you showed up. Well, sorry for not having superhuman speed. You always jump into radioactive waste like all the other superheroes. No! I'm not gonna become the Hulk! Does the Rainbow River count? As pretty as it is, it's plenty polluted. Do you say you already have a superpower? If I say I can destroy enemies with one punch, would you believe me? Saitama? No! Not the slightest. You need me both for that. Okay, let me just say, I totally did not get this reference back when I first played. I don't think I knew about One Punch Man back then. I thought at least having a superpower is beyond me. Oh, you poor soul. Gotta get on that opium, as my buddy Lamp would call One Punch Man. So what do you want to talk about? Must be important if you can tell me over the phone. Fix my eyes on the churning river, taking a moment to decide how to break the news. I'm moving away. Moving away? You mean back to Seto? Yeah. My parents weren't very happy when they heard about the incident. The inciting incident, as it were. They told me to move back with them. They don't think Isamu is safe anymore. Maki's fingers curl around the railing, her gaze still transfixed somewhere off in the distance. I see. And after we've just reunited... Oh, I really hope I'm not losing my voice now that I'm actually, like, talking for an extended period of time. Oh, no. I just thought that maybe we could spend some time together, just like when we were younger. I might have been getting ahead of myself. Spare composure, there's a catch in her voice. I'm sorry, Yama. I shouldn't be this upset. I awkwardly reach forward and step back themselves for an awkward pat on her shoulder. The shoulder touch. Hey. I get it. I don't want to leave either. What I mean is ironic, isn't it? 4 years ago, I was the one to leave. Now it's you. Maybe when she be upset after all this time, it should be you. And me. And yet... Oh, don't worry. Rui had more than enough of that for all of us. She lifts her eyes to the sky and tilts her head back, breathing deeply. For a moment, she seems to regain her composure. Have you told anyone else that you're leaving? I haven't had the chance. Parents are picking me up in a few hours. That soon? Yeah, unfortunately. She bites her lip, seemingly lost in thought. Yama, there's something I need to tell you before you go. What is it? She turns to face me, reaching out to hold my hands. I almost shrink back instinctively, but that would be kind of rude. We're having a moment here. It's like he was always very handsy. Thank you for never leaving me. But I am leaving. That's not what I meant. Sighs heavily. I know that I'm not the easiest person to get along with. I used to drag you everywhere with me. We always ended up getting hurt or in trouble or even both. And yet, you never hated me for it. She smiles wistfully, her grip tightening around my fingers. Thank you for always being there for me, Yama. That's why I love you. Like a friend, right? The sudden nonchalant declaration leaves me speechless. Like he loves me? Since when did that happen? What's the matter? What about Rue? Oh, I love Rue too, of course. Wait, what? Is it so wrong of me to say I love you guys? You mean you weren't... I wasn't what? Yeah, bro, I love you too! Now come on! Let's go get some GFC! She looks genuinely confused until a realization dawns on her. Oh, you thought I was confessing. I love you, Yama, but not that way! I untangle myself from her grip in embarrassment. Then you probably shouldn't be using the word love so casually, Miki. How was I supposed to know you weren't making a confession? Knowing my anguish, Misaki slaps me in the back, a smug grin plastered on her face. If I was confessing, the first person you think about is Rue. I thought you said you didn't have feelings for her. Well, you see, it's complicated. It's always complicated with romance. It sucks. This is why I reject romance. Love is a weakness by another name. You must kill your enemies with the demon blade. Oh, I saw that post recently. Oh, I loved it. I stumble over my words like an idiot. Damn, man. You don't have to call me out like that. I know I stumble over my words a lot. That's cruel, though, Yama. Why did I think of Rue? Sure, I know she likes me. Is that why my intrinsic response is reject anyone else? Honestly, I don't know. You are going to see her before you leave, aren't you? Huh? Oh, yeah. She's the one who told me to visit her, actually. Pretty sure she's going to confess to me. Doesn't mean you're getting cold feet. Well... Misaki suddenly steps forward, gripping me by the collar. Why is everyone grabbing me by the collar in this stream now? Where are you? You have to see her, Yama. You can't just ignore the situation anymore. I know you're scared. I know you don't want to lose her. Just imagine how Rui must be feeling right now. She's probably just as afraid as you are. Romance sucks, but then I see people and be like, "Aw, that's cute," and feel lonely. It's the loneliness that's the worst part. The feeling of that could never be me. It never has been and never will be. Even if I don't actually even if I can always dog on the concept of romance and what it does to people, there will always be that small part that's like, when do I? Why can't I? I feel like I need to pick my words a bit more carefully. I feel like I'm starting to sound like incel. It's not the image I want projected of myself. If things don't work out, do you honestly believe you'll ever grow apart? For everything you've gone through together? I've known you both for a long time now, and there's no denying that you care for each other, even if it isn't in the romantic sense. So go talk to her, Yama. She needs you right now. Seemingly done with her scolding, Misaki releases me. She's right. She's completely right. Never really considered how hard it must have been for Rui to decide to confess to me. The least I could do is take her words to heart. Okay. Good. Now you have that settled, I have a favor to ask you. What might that be? Probably to use power more often. Bitch, I don't see you on Twitter! That's a very tame request coming from Misaki. Alright, I promise. Dude, get used to using Twitter before some muskrat goes and buys it and names it something stupid like Cube. Come on, man. That site's gonna become a shit show in like a few years. We only have so much time. Cross your heart and die? Isn't it cross your heart or hope to die? Probably. I was never good with idioms. I chuckle at that. Alright, but I still wouldn't know what to pat about. Same, man. I'm with ya. You think I know how to tweet? It's hard enough to get. It's hard enough for me to get myself to like actually tweet about like streaming stuff. I almost never do like actual like normal people tweets. I almost never like tweet about like actual stuff. Like I think like the past week or two is like the most I've ever like tweeted in like years of being on the platform from like my early days. Back when I had a personal account. I say that I still have the personal account, just never ever use it ever. I told you before, it could be anything. So I could post that picture I took of you paying the school lock. I gave up and decided not to tweet at all. Same. You didn't. Oh, what's wrong? Afraid it would tarnish your online image as the cool, polished trendsetter. I thought that we were partners in crime, Yama, not backstabbers. There's no honor among thieves, Misaki. Help those who help themselves, right? Or I may have a better idea. Which is, you make yourself popular and power, we establish influential connections. Then with our combined leverage, we will become influencers. They'll give us canvas bags! We take over the world with Twitter! Dead silence. My own, my love, my precious. Precisely. This girl scares me sometimes. Yeah, why do I feel honored? In some twisted way, I guess it's because she regards me as an equal. What do you think Misaki is going to get cancelled on Twitter for? What exactly do you think Misaki gets cancelled on Twitter for? Come to think of it, that was the case even when we were younger. Misaki, I was never this troubled or weird kid. I was just a friend. Someone who she wanted to have adventures with. Someone who she wanted to experience life with. I guess I'd always appreciated that. Even if world domination is a bit of an extreme case. Say, Miki? Yes? I gotta go soon, so could you tell the others why I had to move away? Sure thing. You've asked why I didn't want to tell them myself. You've asked why I couldn't just text them on my own. Simply accepted. Simply trusted me. Thanks. I turn away, but her hand touches my arm. Yama. See you later. I swallow, my throat suddenly feeling heavy. You too, Miki. And with that, I walk away, heading to the train station. Larking, hello, Moon. Good to see you. I know you were streaming Overwatch earlier. Hope that went well. Hope you're doing well tonight, Moon. Every step feels surreal. I'm walking through light or water or some half-formed dream. This part of my mind is whispering. Moving? Can't be real. This can't be real. Earlier this year, the thought of leaving Asama would be unimaginable. I had nowhere else to go. Even now, I don't really have anywhere to go. I mean, we're going home! By the way, I need to meet with Rui before my parents arrive. Give me 1 minute. I'm going to grab myself some water and try to clear out my throat a little bit. I think the fact that I don't really talk this much normally is starting to catch up to me a bit today. Give me 1 moment. Alright. Alright, I think I'm ready. Ready as I'll ever be. I board the subway to Roy's house, gripping the pen in my pocket as the tunnel lights glare past the windows. Just go there. Just talk with her. Just hear her out. Like nothing more than the bolt, but this is the time to man up and face the problem head on. Gotta face it head on. Gotta give her an answer head on. Everything will be fine. Probably. What's the worst that can happen? We already know she's not going to say no! My arrival in District 2 is quiet and unhurried. Both the station and the roads are practically empty. Say what's the worst that can happen. The problem is, no, wait, this is the worst that can happen. Gotta actually face the music. By its close distance to the heart of the city, this district takes on some definite suburban qualities. Plus, it's definitely more plentiful here than any other district, save for the boundary by the Isamu Forest. As I jump into the nearest cab, I catch a glimpse of the towering cluster of research buildings that line the roads. The closest thing to skyscrapers in this district. Most of them proudly bear the insignia of Way Forward Pharmaceuticals. Again, not related to the video game company that made the Was it Shantae games? I think it was Way Forward that made the Shantae games. What was the other thing from Way Forward that I remember playing? Oh yeah, they made the River City Girls games. I played a bit of the first one. I mean to go back and finish that. A whole bunch of other games that they made, but I don't know anything about all the rest of these games I've been seeing so far. Yeah, those were like the two big ones, the Shantae games and River City Girls. They've got a bunch of other games on there, but I couldn't tell you anything about the other ones. Well, I guess that District 2 is known as the Medical District for a reason. Hospitals, retirement homes, top-tier specialized treatment centers. District 2 would have it all. I've experienced it myself. Far more than I would like. I dismiss my thoughts as the taxi rolls its way to the quieter side of the district and pulls to a stop at the entrance of a suburban neighborhood. Quick minute later, I'm striding to a familiar picket fence house on the corner of the street, banging the sign hung cheerily on the door. Home is where the heart is, and the heart is where the hayatas are. Cute. I always thought that phrase as stupidly cheesy when I was a kid. Once you grow up a little, I guess you start appreciating stupidly cheesy things. Stand before the house for a moment, breathing quietly through my nose. This is it. Point of no return. Isn't that what they call it? A moment where it's no longer possible to have one foot in water and one on land. The fence is too high to shroud and too thin to balance on. Yes or no? Black or white? A or B? Ally or betray? Time for me to make a decision. Whatever that decision means. I raise one hand to the door. Pause. One hand. How many lives have been ended with one hand? Roman gladiators looking to audiences, searching for the telltale direction of their thumbs. Execution orders from monarchs all around the world, all over the world, given with a snap of the fingers or the raising of an arm. And with a semi-automatic in their hand, able to end destiny with a twitch of the index finger. Too real, Yama. We're getting a little too real here. Yeah, this isn't good. Mind wandering again. Those damn intrusive thoughts. Tell myself this situation isn't even that bad. I really just need to focus. Now's not the time to lose my head. I raise my hand again and knock firmly on the door. But it gives way beneath my knuckles, squeaking open the silence. Huh, maybe she left it open for me. But then the smell hits. The moment it does, everything is Just... oh. First thing that hits my nostrils is a gassy, greasy smell of something burning. The stir fry I left too long in a steel pan. I instinctively cover my nose with my sleeve, then presses past my fabric, filtering through every thread like a worn sieve. Sleeve? Sieve? I don't remember which one. House is dark, beyond dimly lit. Not a single light flickers within sight, even on the electronics. Every current is fastened shut, leaving only stray pinpricks of light peeking through the windows. A strange curdle of fear fastens in my stomach. I push the door wide open, my voice cracking. Uncle? Auntie? Rue? I think even though he refers to them as uncle and auntie, I think that's just like a Japanese thing. Like Oji-san or something like that. Left sunlight washes around my figure, bathing the living room in an ivory glow. What it reveals is cruel, unforgiving, as bleak as it is bright. Shards. The first thing my eyes land on. Fragmented, torn-edged shards of metal, wood, glass, all strewn all over the floor and the furniture. Cushions with ragged seams are scattered on the ground, accompanying their toppled armchairs and sofas. I should know the answer to that question, but sadly I don't. Don't worry. I also don't know the answer to that question! Family pictures, usually in pristine condition on the walls, are hanging askew, frames cracked and pictures sagging through broken glass. Transfixed in shock, I step forward, my eyes roving around to take in the scene. Pass by the narrow doorway that leads to the kitchen. Rue and I used to play tag there back in the day. Then we tried to climb up the doorframe by pushing against opposite sides with our hands and feet. Like that one scene in A Way Out. Now all I can see is a pan settled on the stove, old oil dancing over blackened food. The stove's still alight. Doesn't take a genius to realize that's the source of the stench. Blackened food, still running fire. Fire hazard in any other circumstance. And yet, it doesn't feel like fire is the worst to come. I almost chuckle. Maybe they were preparing for my arrival. Hospitality was always their strong suit. But despite that, abandoned cooking, lit stove, burning food. These signs all point in the same direction as the destruction before me. Something that winds in a lazy path into the dining room. Last crunches beneath my shoes as I stop by the adjoining corridor, leading my eyes slowly to the dining table. Red. I'd often felt it in my life. A black, slick sensation in the pit of my stomach that sloshed with every step I took. That rose as bile to my throat. It crushed my lungs until I suffocated on my own breath. But I had never felt it like this. Dagger against the wall, my heart stopping cold in my chest. Rue's father slashed against the table, head pressed almost comically into a bowl of soup, hands hanging idly at his side. It's coiled over the back of his skull, resting over his neatly kept hair and swimming in the soup that covers his face. Skin is pale, lifeless, joints solidified from rigor mortis. Dead. How could this happen? The vision spins angrily before my eyes. Feel the automatic response of my conscience slipping away. No! No! I wrestle reality back into my grasp, jerking away from the terrible scene. I have to call the police. Get help. Do something. I stumble out of the dining room, jamming my phone with trembling fingers when my foot catches against something stiff and creaky and something very human. Rue's mother, blank-eyed, cuts from the shattered fragments on the floor covering her body, jaw locked in shock at an unseen assailant. Bullet holes planted squarely in her chest, filling her clothes and the carpet around her with blood. Clutched in her frozen hands, a pitiful capsule of pepper spray, a laughable self-defense when surrounded by such devastation. I shakily pull myself to my feet, my breath coming fast and heavy. Too late. Dead. All my fault. Roe! Where's Roe? Stagger upward, vision still twitching as I pull myself along the wall and into the kitchen. She might still be alive! She might be okay! My own mind ridicules this senseless hope, and yet I feel strength bursting in my limbs, clearing my mind for one vital minute. Let's invent a little story. Let's say that once upon a time, a terrible murder occurred at an unsuspecting faux suburban home. Two adults, accomplished adults, beautiful and gentle adults, brutally shot to death. Let's say their home was ravaged. Shards of wood, glass, metal, and ceramics littered the ground so heavily that it was impossible to take a single clear step. Let's say their sacrifices were not in vain. Despite this blindsiding crime, their daughter, their precious little girl, was able to escape. This daughter found refuge. She waited for her friends. She was terrified. She was upset. She was alive. Let's invent this little story and let's pretend that's true. Let's sleep in peace, wrapped with hope, ready to fight for a brighter tomorrow. But stories, or how beautiful, are always so very wrong. As in the kitchen, there's an island counter. At the edge of the island counter, there's a sickening lump of blood that lays down the cabinet. Below this island counter lies something very, very mocking. Will that air to rise in my chest crashes down my lungs, driving all breath from my body. My eyes get peeled open, I'm blinking, as if staring will somehow get rid of this sickening display. Oh, is it true? I crumple against the floor, splattering blood all over my knees. There's something metallic in the corner of my tongue. Visceral memories, barely 3 months old, surged in my eyelids. No. This was over. Everything was over. Is it true? Is it true? Is it true? Is it true? Pipes screaming, wood on metal and knife sticking deep, deep in the flesh. No, 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 no. Sees the nearest object, a renegade shot from a nearby shattered bowl and gashed it violently against my skin. Just skimmed across the surface, or glide like ice, or feel distant, quiet, 7 worlds away. My arm shrieks in protest as the edge digs into the flesh, drawing slow, weeping blood. I can only stare as it throbs. Not a nightmare. Not a dream. Nothing but reality. That claws at my throat until I retch against my mouth. I barely manage to turn away in time. Digested saliva drips from my lips and seeps in the cracks of the tilted tiled floor. A vision, a hallucination, some other explanation. Not this. Never this. Sweat stays cold against my skin. Shivering with such intensity that my bones rattle in my eardrums. Pipes, knives, vomit, blood. Smoke, flooding. Exhaust. Oh. This was supposed to be over. This was supposed to be behind us. She was safe. Me home. She was at school. She was safe. As I drift down, braving every corner, every color, every spike of light into the deep recesses of my mind. Eyes glazed, mouth slightly agape. A remnant of surprise. She's dressed nicely. So nicely. I don't even remember the last time I saw her out of uniform. She's even wearing jewelry. I choke over my own voice. Right. Thought of dressing nicely today. Thought of meeting up with me. We're going to have a little dramatic scene. Something to do with I like you and me too, maybe. We're going to eat together with her family. Maybe being embarrassed. Maybe being understanding. Who knows what decision we would have come to. But that... different world. I reached her cheek, touching her jaw with the edges of my fingertips. There should be warmth, pulsating life. I was expecting to feel her breath against my palm. Cold, still, unnatural. mannequin manufactured by fate. Small sight spells from my lips, washing against her bangs. Rue, wake up. Her eyes are open, I'm blinking, staring contest on the other side of life. She's not here. I track my throbbing arm back to my side, slumping unceremoniously against the kitchen island. Then I scream for help. Then I wail in anger. I only feel a numbness settling over my skin. Something deep, calm, like a lake frosting over the face of fresh snow. Of course it would be Rue, just like it was Mizu. There doesn't need to be any logic, there doesn't need to be any sense. All there has to be, cold, unforgiving injustice. All there has to be is misery, pain, suffering. Death can strike wherever it pleases, so long as it receives its ample reward. Throw my head back, throw back my head. I laugh. Reverberates in the empty, splintered ceiling. Beautiful, I muse. It's a cold kind of beauty, but it's beautiful. Just like... Yes. My eyes drift onto Rui's face. I stand there in irreplaceable calm, stilling all other thoughts. I can almost see it from here. Her fragile, pale body laid gently against the ground like a princess in slumber. Maybe she'd be smiling a peaceful smile. I'd like that. It'd be lovely, quiet, vulnerable, weak. I'd be standing here, frozen in shock, the images swing before her in a macabre production. Weak. Be trying to call the police, but her fingers would slide across the bloody surface of her phone to no avail. Weak. Wish that we could trade places. Wish I would be the one lying on the floor and she would be the one slumping against the wall with her useless phone clasped in her trembling fingertips. Wish that I would be the one with my jaw solidified in horror and she would be the one with a peaceful, emotionless smile. Wish that I would be gone, drifting away in a soulless wind, and she would be here tortured and rent apart, but alive. I've wished many things, most of them too ridiculous to name. This too must be ridiculous. The vision blurs. Perhaps I care, perhaps I don't. Then clatters to the ground, gently in Rui's pool of blood. Time wears drearily on. I see nothing, I hear nothing. There's nothing in my mind but pale reflection, a glimmer of scarlet ribbon fixed behind my eyelids. The clock ticks, I talk. Of all people, Rui Hayata, we just escaped a serial killer. We just been stretched to our wit's end. We just been in intensive therapy for 3 months. I was certainly have the depth for life to repay. The innocent, gentle-hearted girl thrust into something that snatched away her ability to talk. She deserved the world. She should have grown up, married a guy who was madly in love with her, had 1.6 children, lived in a house with a white picket fence. But this? What is this? This is beyond simple injustice. This is just cruelty. If life is cruel, death is cruel, and Rui has to pay the price of their damned little games. Treating her like a pawn on a chessboard, insignificant sacrifice for a meaningless play. I can't stand it. Never deserved this. Any of it. Any of it! I lash out blindly. The heel of my foot slams against something wooden stabbing deep into my leg. Pain feels distant, and my limbs are detached from my head. Might as well be. To fight so hard to keep it all together, slam ourselves repeatedly into a wall and we'll shatter with our broken bodies. Rui's still dead. Then, the pain, a hammering, hollow circle of agony in my arm and my foot, drives to a sudden frenzy. I saw with the sensations, bright and fierce and angry, corkscrewing directly into the marrow of my bones. No Rui, no more Rui, no more bright smiles and flushed cheeks and teasing winks and exasperated, loving little sighs. My calf clenches in sudden agony. I bite the inside of my cheek to keep from screaming. No more frame like a mother hen in totally extra lunchbox and totally extra lunchboxes and tiny little signs of jealousy. Grabbing my arm rises to my shoulder, past my neck, right into my skull. Cradle my head, my arms, desperate. No more casual trips to GFC and random moments of make-believe and strolls around downtown. Because life as you know it, is gone. She squeezed from below my eyelids, mixing with the floods of blood and bile smeared over my face. Stop! 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 Just make it all stop! Not Rue, not Mizu. Pain, so much pain, too much. I can't handle. I can't handle this. Everything hurts. I just can't. Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. Jill fell down and Jill fell and broke her. Jack came tumbling after, and Jill's corpse comes to life. It jerks upright, limbs tied to loose ends of puppet strings, smiles at me through a sheen of red. Oh, Jack, you're late. Iron shoves up my nostrils and strangles down my throat. I choke, working to speak. Sorry. She just forward, pushed by something invisible. Her slender fingers wrap around my neck and dig into my throat. I had to whiff her breath. Putrid, rancid, smell of raw, old eggs over decaying meat. Smells like a gag over my own tongue. I shouldn't have been late. Fingers disintegrate the bones. Incels going to ashes on the wind. Clatter into an orderly pile, forming a makeshift xylophone. Teeny little notes begin to ring from their skeleton surfaces. It's supposed to be a melody. You can feel the vibrations in the air. I know the song is supposed to be beautiful, but my ears hear only dissonance, cacophony, a dirge for a murder of crows. Pungent, burning smoke shoots from the stove like an arrow, slapping me in the face. Hospitality should have been hospitality. Don't do this. I'm back, Rue. Surroundings melt away. Squint against the screeching, agonizing white that stabs in my eyes. The light only intensifies. No rest. Never rest. Trapped, you fool! There's no place for you. I reach out, brightness picks my hands. I slither backward. Stop it! Stop it! Light advances and digs through my fingernails, bleeds past my eyelids, settles into the space at the back of my neck. Pound myself against invisible walls. I rattle, chimes on a wooden bridge. No place, no peace, no pace. Stop it! Everything ends. Elsewhere, something must be beginning. What is that to an ending? Sorry. So sorry. This. Can't do anything about this. This is out of my control. Out. .6, yeah, don't you know? That's the average, right? That's the average amount of kids you can have, right? I think it's actually 2 point something, but whatever. It might also just be a call. I feel like that was a callback to like an earlier part of the game. I don't remember anymore. I don't remember there being credits like at the end when I first played this. I don't know if that's something they add or... You know what it is? I probably just don't remember it because, yeah, that ending. Fuck. There's no more. There actually is kind of stuff they add like after they. There was like I believe heroin prologues that they add like back in 2019. I think they are part of like. So the thing is that like as you tell from the to be continued, there's supposed to be more. That's kind of what the Kickstarter is for. I don't know. I'm sad to say that unfortunately it seems like there's a few days left, but they're still pretty far from their goal. So I'm not 100% convinced. I'm not entirely certain that they're going to reach that goal before the end of the Kickstarter. That part hit hard, not gonna lie. Yeah. So this was probably if there was one thing I definitely remember back when I first played Lucid9, it was that ending and just how hard my heart sank when I saw that. So, the worst possible outcome. It's not quite as bad knowing that it's coming, but God, it sucks just thinking like, oh yeah, that's what I have to look forward to, because that was always kind of in the back of my mind, even from the very beginning of the game. I'm gonna have to face that fucking ending again. Because the story's never got good endings. Well, in this case, it's a bit more understandable considering that there is going... In the best case scenario, this game will get, like, continued and, like, finished, and hopefully there'll be a better ending there, but unfortunately, no matter what the ending is going to be, it's going to be a very, very bittersweet ending at the absolute best. Roy's not coming back. I think they even said, like, in an interview or something, like, I think they even said a QA or something like, yeah, no, we're not going to implement a alternate ending or anything where Rory survives. She's gone. She's dead. Thank you for playing Lucid9. Thank you for ripping my heart out. So the thing is, notice how now Star has been replaced with Undo? Yeah, that wasn't a thing back when I first played this game back in 2016. If I remember correctly, was the original release date. Undo here is how you access the heroine prologues that were added to Lucid9 in 2019, I think it was. I think they are supposed to be in the main game, like, when they ever do the actual main game, but I might as well at least show it off. But actually, now I'm looking at this again, one thing I do want to mention, fun fact, this is the reason why I decided to pick up and download the itch.io version, because even though I did have this on Steam, obviously, when I tried loading it up on Steam, this is why I got this, like, title screen with the undo and the different music is what I got greeted with instead. Which is weird, because I'm pretty sure all my saves from the Steam version are just straight up gone. Because I did have to, like, swap computers since the last... Because I did have to, like, swap computers. I lost... My first laptop's, like, hard drive died. I'm pretty sure that actually, like, killed all my old saves. But for some reason, I can still access, like, these from the Steam version. Like, it weirdly remembers that I finished the game proper, but it doesn't have any save data to actually pull from. It's weird. That's enough rambling for me. Let's actually see what these are all about. Let's see if this is like... excruciatingly long. This was part of the reason I wanted to, start up earlier than usual. I was going to skip out on these, like, I was going to skip out of these, like, last stream, like, when I was, like, running so late, but, now I've got plenty of time. Even though I kind of did want to end a little bit early to, like, kind of do my own thing with my buddies, but... I also really want to see this now, so... Session 31, patient ID 532-4895-634. Good morning. How are you feeling today? Great. Yes! Your choices matter! Patient seems to be having difficulty speaking, and it's unclear if he's understood the meaning of my words. Nevertheless, he is conscious and is at least partially lucid. 9. This is already a substantial improvement compared to our prior sessions, indicating that the change in this pharmaceutical treatment has been a success. Pharmaceutical treatment? Patient, can you understand what I say? What I saying? What I saying? Damn. Can then please blink once. I think from what I read, these were referred to as heroine prologues in the news thing on Steam. Patient has acknowledged he can understand me. Good. Then we'll use this method of communication going forward. Are you in agreement, patient? Blink once if you are, blink twice if not. Damn. Excellent. You may have noticed the audio-visual device in my hands. Our usual today's session will be recorded for future study. They don't want a happily ever after. Yeah, no. Patient blinks twice. Appears he does not wish to be recorded. Regrettably, this isn't something a patient in your condition can object to. Feel free to ignore the audio-visual device if it causes you discomfort. Now then, I will rephrase my question. Would you say you are feeling good today? Oops. Hey. As expected, the patient blinks twice. Given that his body is in decent health due to constant physical therapy, it's safe to assume the patient is referring to his mental and/or emotional distress. These conditions are thus ideal for the patient's new treatment. Please look at the contents of this tray. Here we have 4 samples of a new drug currently in development by our laboratories. While the drug itself is in its early stages, it has already proven useful in helping some of our most critical patients. Specifics of what it does are regrettably too complex for me to explain at the moment. In a few words, the drug to make you dream. You've been having trouble sleeping ever since you came here, correct? The drug will ensure you a good night's rest, with the added benefit of experiencing a pleasant dream. Would you like to have pleasant dreams? The patient does not blink. He appears hesitant. No matter, I can't leave your room until you take one of these, so it would help me a lot if you took them willingly. In fact, how about this? Feel free to choose whichever sample you want. While they are the same drug, their components vary slightly, hence their varying colors. You see, each sample allows us to control the content of a person's dream in different ways. Of course, the effect varies from patient to patient. You simply have to see for yourself. You may still have trouble distinguishing colors from left to right. 4 samples are purple, red, yellow, and black, respectively. Purple for Elizabeth, red for Irie, yellow for Akira, black for Misaki. When you're ready, please fix your eyes on the sample that attracts you the most. We kind of gave her the shaft during the main game, so let's take the purple sample. Purple sample enkindles the patient's self-confidence. Allows them to feel certainty in their thoughts and actions. I mean, I should have saved before I did that, whatever. Allows them to feel certainty in their thoughts and actions that they may not have had in their past lives. Think of yourself as boundless. You can accomplish anything you want and become everything you wish. But there's been one where your efforts have been consistently undermined, correct? If so, the sample may be the perfect fit for you. Would you like to take the purple sample? Nah, that's fine. Take as much time as you need. When you're ready, please fix your eyes on the sample that attracts you the most. Not that I'm worried about it now, but... Game, please. Game! Fucking trackpad! Just kidding, I want it. Then here you go. You feeling drowsy already? Good. But don't mind me and close your eyes. You have a pleasant sleep, patient. I'm not saying all those numbers. Morning air seeping through the open window is chilly as usual. Feeling the cold creep in, I bring the coffee cup closer to my lips. Don't too hot to drink. The steam feels comfortable on my face and shields me with its warmth. Another morning, another day, yet the same skyline of infinitely reaching towers adorns the glass of my window. Suddenly the screen on my phone lights up. Time is almost 9 AM. Now who could it be? I better have a good reason for calling so early in the morning, and on my day off no less. Okay. Oh. It's him. After so long without making any contact whatsoever. Maybe I shouldn't answer. Morning's the only time I have to relax. It's been a while since last felt so still. Okay, we are following Elizabeth. I was thinking, like, this phone looks like Yama's. Are we following Yama right now, or are we following Elizabeth? Like the sample would make me think. I have a feeling ignoring this particularly insufferable man will only cause more trouble than it's worth. So after taking a deep breath, I resign myself to pick up the call. Yes? Sorry for calling so early. Did I wake you up? Voice is dry, low-pitched, devoid of all emotion. Same as it always has been. As you most likely hear, yes, I am awake. What do you need? Might be somebody to meet up with you soon. Something we need to discuss. Kelly to ask if I'm free at least. What if I have other plans? Do you? I look at the coffee mug in my hands. What remains of my would-be breakfast. And sigh. My schedule for today is completely blank, as if you didn't know already. Good. Think you can get by the river by 12 PM? The river? I'll make breath for a second. Yes, there exists a spot close to the old academy where we can talk. You remember? Of all places to choose, he just had to pick that one, didn't he? River is linked to one of too many memories I'd rather forget. Will he understand if I ask to change locations? He's offering that particular spot, then there must be a reason. I'm the sort of man to make choices at random. Elizabeth? Yes, I remember. Will it bother you, Elizabeth? Turn up for the Queen, Elizabeth. Just go about your life as always. Did I bring anything? I'd like a few biscuits to enjoy the afternoon sun, perhaps. Perhaps you'd like some tea and crumpets. You want me to be stereotypical, don't you? You pauper? Don't think about the time. Just focus on not being late. Of course. As I expected sarcasm to work. Well, that's all, then I'll wait. I'll have to hang up with the sudden spike of energy and his voice forces my attention back to the phone. How long have you been awake? An hour, maybe? Why? You've been resting properly? It isn't a crime to sleep in, particularly during your days off. Are you sure? As things stand, someone may turn into a major criminal offense by the end of the year. I'm saying that taking breaks is important. I don't want you to collapse unexpectedly. Is there such a thing as an expected collapse? Perhaps if I were drugged. I'm doing it again, aren't I? Being hostile towards someone for giving me some well-meaning advice. Me and my big mouth. I'm sorry, but you don't have to worry about me. I'm resting well and eating well. It's just the same as usual. Thanks for your concern, however. I mean it. Don't overwork yourself, Elizabeth. What an exhausting man. Being the mug on the windowsill, I drag my feet to the bathroom, take a brief shower to wash away the drowsiness. Coffee's half cold by the time I come back, but drinkable. Tastes like dirt. Push my fingers, I turn on the TV. In this case, the logo remains on screen for a few seconds, but quickly cuts to the morning news. Young man's face immediately pops into view. Dark hair, a lightly shaven goatee, wearing glasses and an unbuttoned shirt. Based solely on appearance, he can't be much older than I am. With that go-getter look that seems to be the norm for the golden generation of Osamu, you wouldn't think he was anyone unsavory. Now, if only... Name is Hiro Moriko? Hiro Moriko. If you have any information regarding this individual, please contact the appropriate authorities. Only the words fugitive at large weren't plastered all over the screen. Damn, he's hot! Too bad he probably killed some people! Might be my imagination, but these sorts of news bulletins have shown up a lot recently. Someone did something wrong, so help us make them pay. But this safe security guard can't find is easily caught by the power of an angry mob. Mob mentality. At least that's what whoever is behind these messages seem to think. Maybe I'm being too cynical. Maybe the man on the screen is a ruthless criminal and authorities want to find him before he hurts someone else. When buzzwords such as antisocial behavior, pampered youth, golden days, or our glorious Osamu are spelled with such conviction. Well, my cynicism feels a tad justifiable. Just a tad. It's disheartening to learn how many of our youth have taken this anti-Osamu rhetoric as their own. They hate the city, Osamu! They must be executed with stones! And take everything this say has been offering them throughout their lives and wasted in acts of vandalism and protest. They Osamu so much to them, why not just leave? Join those immigrants and foreigners who do nothing for our city and get the hell out of our borders! Wow, holy shit! The anti-immigrant rhetoric from Ryota really did, like, take root, huh? And that's about all I can take. This video has left until noon. I had to turn this off. They can't know that I'm English. I'm feeling like going back to bed, quickly dress, pick up my bag, and walk out of the apartment. Wonder if... Did they ever... I'm trying to remember, because I know I passed up on Elizabeth's character scenes in the main game, but I'm trying to remember if they ever did explain, like, why she feels the need to hide her English accent. I wonder if this is actually the reason why she knew that, like, people would be, like, judgmental and, you know, shitty about it. District 4. I like to come here and take leisurely walks when there's nothing to do. All of a sudden, they call it the student district, and as such it's often empty during the mornings, with only the occasional university goer to disturb the view. When every day is hectic, you inevitably start to wish for some peace and quiet. So what better place than here, where students are bound to their classrooms until the bell rings. Well, not that I was ever eager to escape them back when I was a student. There are a few puddles of water on the sidewalk, turning into a mottled gray. Did it rain last night? None of us get midnight showers even during the wet season. I'm not used to there not being so much fog. I keep making those fucking jokes, but I think even Chi, like, explains, like, yeah, I was born and raised. I feel like she does explain at some point that she was born and raised in Osamu, or at least Japan, that the accent was from the parents? I forget there was an actual explanation for that. This is what I get for passing up her character scenes. Look around to make sure there's no one watching. I need to jump in the puddle! The boots splash across the water, scattering droplets of the oppressing sun. One puddle at a time, I merrily skip along the sidewalk. Am I a schoolgirl all over again? All over again? How long has it been? It's so fun, so I don't stop until a group of bystanders shoot me perplexed glances. The entrance to the closest subway station is right in front of me when I look up. Even on my days off, I can't seem to shape the routine that's been so ingrained in my brain for the past year. As I noticed, I even calculated the number of stops that currently separate me from my workplace. Workplace has definitely been a year or two. Cold weather, the skyscrapers, the busy stores opening their doors to the public. Everybody's just doing the same thing, talking about the same thing, even thinking about the same thing. Also awfully mundane. Sometimes I find myself reminiscing how life used to be more fun. Yeah, there were some terrible moments and memories I'd rather not revisit. It feels like I used to look forward to each day more than I do now. So be it, is what I often thought when realizing the cyclical nature of my days. That acceptance has only made me mourn as time passes me by. Now I can't sleep in during my days off. Someone would have a field day with this attitude of mine. You'd probably say something like, what, so straight-laced that you can't even slack off? Learn to live a little, Lizzie. Or, top of the morning, your majesty! Say what a gnarly expression you have today! Was the morning tea not to your liking? What led you to assume I had tea today, exactly? Fritz tea, you get the idea. You cut with the stereotypes someday. Besides, it wasn't tea. This might surprise you, but I'm actually quite partial to... Stop. Don't think about it. You dare let your mood fall any lower than this, Elizabeth. Past. The past. It's all about the past. All because things are still so similar that the differences are so ridiculously easy to see. Ah, what a pain in the ass! Whoever decided that adult life had to be this troublesome better be tumbling in their grave right now. It was just as tranquil as it's ever been. There's a scenery for the person who's supposed to meet up with me. Of course, he's not here yet, so as I'm standing around like a fool, I start to sit on a bench facing the water. I almost forgot how good it felt to go for a walk without any obligations to weigh me down. If only more days could be like this, it wouldn't be so difficult to wake up at every morning. Summer feels almost peaceful when you stare at it from here, don't you think? Hand lays on my shoulder. Instinctively, I spring on my feet and turn around. The other person trying to grab hold of me skillfully evades my clenched fist, which I swat at their face in surprise. You! Why, you little... Don't surprise me like that, Katsu! You know I don't enjoy it! You look distracted. It's not easy to catch you off guard, Elizabeth. You don't seem to have any problem doing so every time you wish. Honestly, it's creepy that you don't even make a sound when you walk. Skill of our trade. Not cop's trade, I'm a bloody hope! I sit back on the bench and a sight briefly escapes my lips. Seriously, this man's always such a hassle! Why do you sneak up on me like that? It's really so amusing to startle me. Never even bothering to look repentant for his actions, Katsu takes off his hat and sits by my side. Good morning. It's been a while since we last talked like this, hasn't it? I mean, good afternoon. Morning's already come and gone. Forgive me, I've been up with my feet for a while, so I wasn't sure if I'd gotten here earlier or later than the appointed time. And you're humanly capable of being late to a meeting, especially when you schedule yourself. Why are you so busy anyway? And my client's got into some trouble, so I wanted to check to see before authorities got wind of the situation. Granted, there wasn't much I could do given my current status. This might be a long shot, but is it all at all related to what was shown on the news? The news? Thing about a fugitive. To be honest, I didn't pay much attention, but that infuriating anchorman seemed upset about it. Who knows? Oh, he's just without the answers, this man. Still, mentioning the news seems to have put him in a pensive mood since he's closed his eyes in thought. I mean, cops tend not to really appreciate the media. This is how you used to act whenever you was in trance with a case. Old habits die hard, huh? I caught me staring at him. Curious? Not in the slightest. It's really none of my business anyway. Well, enough of that. You didn't answer my question. What question? Well, was the last time we talked like this? Let me think. A month, maybe 2. I'd say the occasional phone call, check up on me. Customer doesn't show himself around a lot. I'm having a difficult time remembering. Every day blurs together, it's hard to pinpoint exact dates and times. A month and 2 weeks. Has it? Yeah, it's at the cafe. So I go for breakfast during a weekend. Over what type of scones to order. Blimey, was that only a month ago? Could have sworn we had that same discussion last year. Possible. Maybe the first time we argued with me over such a triviality. Oh, bugger off. We've both been busy, so excuse me if I can't remember every minute detail of our lives. Wanker. Memory does tend to get foggy with age, Elizabeth. Ah, there it is. Hatsu's business is like smiles the same as mine. Half moon set in stone, not to convey any positive feelings, to make me think that he is. Hey, I learned it from him. It was the same expression every time my dad invited him over for dinner. Okay, I've been trying to remember if Katsu was the father or just like a friend, because I definitely remember that like there is a reveal in Lucid9 that Katsu is like Katsu and Elizabeth are like closely acquainted. They know each other, but I could not remember if it was a father-daughter thing or if it was just like, yeah, we just kind of know each other for other reasons. Can you still be in my life even after all these years? My past will be delayed to hear it, or simply annoyed. So, I don't think you called me here to exchange pleasantries. What do you want to discuss? How's work been treating you? Work? What does it have to do with anything? Humor me. It strikes me as odd to say the least. Because I never cared much about my occupation other than whether or not it kept me afloat. I would say it's fine. A larger paycheck would certainly be welcome, but the staff works hard and has acted especially unpleasant recently. Do you enjoy it? Well, it's a job. That's not why I asked. Do you enjoy Elizabeth? Are you happy in that place? Happy? Another strange word coming from him. Who's happy with their jobs? That settles it. Something must be going on. The more I answer him, the more I sink into his trap. I hate when you dance around the issue, Katsu. Let's get to the point already. His eyes twitch for a brief moment, obviously taking off his stride by my sharp tone. And I'll do just that. Elizabeth, how would you like to come work for me? It was about that after all. You say as if you already knew. I wasn't expecting us to have this conversation so soon. Please, you are bound to ask someday. Excuse me for a moment. I gather you already have an answer prepared. Take a deep breath and nod. I refuse. That got cold a lot! I expected as much. As he turns his whole body to face me, his deep blue eyes are intimidating. Much that I'm quick to turn away. Tell me why at least. I don't think it's a bad deal for you. Hey, act together, Elizabeth. This is a conversation between two adults, so at least make an effort to act like one. Just to clarify, you want me to work under you full-time. Is that correct? Correct. If you insist, but my reasons aren't anything special. As I've said, I do like my current job. The pay isn't bad, and a while ago I got promoted to a position as a floor manager. It will depend on me, Katsu. I couldn't possibly leave without finding a replacement first. Half of that is the truth, and half merely an excuse. Finding a replacement wouldn't be too hard, and I doubt my presence is so essential to this job that it can't function without me. With a straight face and a confident tone, even a cheap excuse sounds convincing. Something I learned from him. Lastly, and don't take this the wrong way, you work at the center. The bloody center. The single time I decided to lend you a hand proved to be a miserable experience, so I could not imagine myself working there full time. I don't even see why you need me to, since you're clearly managing well enough by yourself. Rather than all I do is hear one sob story after another. To be absolutely fair, I don't believe I can take it. I'm not strong enough for that. Point is, I'm happy with my job. I'm happy working inside that noisy shop, and I'll stay there as long as I see fit. But Understood? As he stays silent for a moment, contemplating my answer. That's not enough of an answer for him, I don't know what is. Is that what you really want? Yes, why wouldn't it be? Her voice breaks a little. They live with a steady but meaningless job, living the day-to-day like any other citizen. Do you dare call it meaningless? I apologize, but you know what I mean. Being a waitress must surely be difficult. It's also a job anybody could do. I know that's not what you want, Elizabeth. So, you need to tell me working at that dreary office with you is any better? It's not about the office, it's not about the job either. But being in a position to bring about change in Samu. Do something better than manage a coffee shop. Be free. This is all sounding very familiar. It's a different take, but it sounds very similar to Shiguri and Yama's first meeting. Really stopped making eye contact with him, clenching my fists in an attempt to calm myself down. I don't know what you mean. You do. You're simply too stubborn to listen. Maybe I just don't like what you're saying. Has it ever occurred to you that maybe, just maybe, I'm not like you nor my father? My idea of change might be wildly different from mine. Excuses, excuses. All just a bunch of excuses. I don't know what this is really all about. Oh. Hello there, Moon! Thank you for the raid! Hello, 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 raiders! I am Manji Dragonfly, Blue Dasher Dragonfly VTuber. Starlings, incoming! Yes, hello. I'm Manji Dragonfly, Blue Dasher Dragonfly VTuber. We are playing Lucid9. It is a free visual novel that you can get on Steam right now or via itch.io. We actually kind of already finished the main game. We're actually getting a bit of like, I guess this is like the teaser for the what the full game is going to be like if that ever gets actually finished. There is a Kickstarter for this game going on right now, but there's only a few days left. So, and they have not reached their goal yet. So, I'm not 100% confident that they're going to reach it before the thing's over, but I still want to hold on to some hope. Free, you say, yo, Red, how you doing today? Yes, it's free. You can just go on Steam right now and download Lucid9. If you have not already seen, like, the ending, then you should definitely check it out for yourself. It's interesting. I think it's interesting. I liked it a lot, especially back when I first played this back in 2016. But yes, thank you. Thank you for the raid, Moon. I hope, Valorant, that's what it was. I thought it was Overwatch, it was Valorant. I hope your Valorant games went well and you did not maul too hard at the nature of competitive online multiplayer shooters. Let's talk about the job, about freedom. It's all just a preamble. I wanted to keep me on a leash. If I wanted to, I would have already done so. Oh, give me a bloody break. Am I wrong? No, not in the least. Katsu Kobayashi is right. He gave me a direct order. The thought of complaining wouldn't even cross my mind. That came merely to allow me some control over my actions. Katsu Kobayashi is right. He's always right. That's why he's so hard to refuse. Listen, it's not that I don't understand why you're doing this. You're always offering a means to take back what's mine, into a brighter future. I can't forget about everything that's gone wrong until now. I just can't. I know you can't. That's why I don't understand. That alone should be a good enough reason to act. Instead of choosing to remain motionless in a place where you can't even make a difference. Music's banging so far, yes. Lucid9 has a very good soundtrack. I really like the soundtrack. Of course, that's how you'd think. What's that supposed to mean? It's just so like you use every little tragedy as fuel to keep you motivated. I'm not like that. Look at me, Katsu. I'll put a hand over my chest. Look at me and tell me what you see. For the first time in forever, I'm witnessing me at a loss for words. I must be having a difficult time understanding where I'm going with this. If you can't, then I will. I'm a woman in her early 20s. One who works 5 to 6 days a week, more than 8 hours at a time. Oh, fuck, you're full-time. Oh, I'm so sorry, Elizabeth, you poor soul. I fucking hate my job. I work part-time. I work, like, half that. And I fucking hate it. I do not envy people who need to work full-time. After work, I'm usually so exhausted that I fall asleep right after showering. This is my days off going off for a walk, maybe buy myself a nice meal along the way. I'm a civilian. Just an average civilian. By all my rage, we still just a wagey cagey. Oh, it's the truth. It's so true. We're all trapped in the cold, indifferent cell of capitalism, of the wage jobs. It fucking sucks. My chest stings with every word I say. And involving innocent civilians is something that doesn't concern them. It's something the police should never do. That's what Father used to say, right? An average civilian, huh? After remaining silent for a while, letting himself be engulfed by the calming sound of the flowing river. A small leaf from the tree above falls between us. Both raise our hands, push away an unwarranted urge to clean. We stop before the tips of our fingers can touch. He takes a look at me, but that doesn't make me as uncomfortable as before. You know, you have grown a lot since the first time I met you. Where's this coming from? Yes, most people do age after 10 years. With the possible exception of a certain detective. I'm not talking about your physique. You used to follow your father's every whim without ever thinking for yourself. What the hell does she mean by that last comment? Unlike a certain detective. I mean, I guess face-wise he still works pretty much the same as, like, the main game, but... I don't know, maybe it's just, like, the fact that it's a different sprite. It's, like, throwing me off a little bit. I remember thinking, well-behaved child. Only recently you become a true, independent adult. I turned to cry personally. Damn, I should consider that. Blimey, aren't you being honest? Any more and I'll fail for my life. You're making this choice of your own accord, thinking only of your own wishes, and so be it. Constance stands up from the bench. If you're only being complacent, I urge you to give my proposition another thought. The word shouldn't hurt at all, but it feels like it's just stabbed tiny needles into every vein of my body. Quick, think of something scathing, anything to turn the tables on him. What would Yama say? Aren't you just a sweetheart? Weak. Such a weak response, Elizabeth. Somehow this is a cello than normally stored katsu. I try. Hey, what are you? Too late. He's already ruffling my hair with his sweaty hand. Ah! Disgusting! Hey, bugger off! Bugger off, you damn knocker! You've grown in some ways, but remain the same in others. I'm telling you, stop right this instant! Stop treating me like a little girl, you clucker! This is so infuriating! It's the same teasing from 10 years ago, and it hasn't gotten the least bit more tolerable since! There's something about this is also awfully horribly nostalgic. I withstand it. Sweat lord! Oh, he's so sweaty! Just came back. Police job? Nah, he came back from his local fighting game tournaments. Came back from his local gaming tournaments. Sweaty bastard. Until he becomes so unbabbling I can't help but swat his hand away. Enough is enough. Yes, I agree. Besides, I have business to attend to. Probably pointless to ask again, but is it all related to what I saw on the news? Is it maybe too much for you to handle on your own? He has gamer hand. Ugh, the horror! Look at this hand. Look at this hand. Oh yeah. You know what? Yeah, that's the exact type of hand I think of. I can just see his hand in like the claw grip on like a fight stick. He's got the fight stick hand going. Those are the fingers of a fighting game player. Explain why I decided to schedule this conversation so out of the blue. Elizabeth, when she's supposed to be just an average civilian, and when she's supposed to be one as well. As he looks away for a second, as if in deep thought. The past long been lost to me. As he reaches out and grabs his hat, which he left by my side. Take care, Elizabeth. We'll be in touch. Yes, you be careful too. Don't be reckless. God damn it, get a better hat. You look like a shitty Sherlock Holmes knockoff with that hat. When have I? You're not Sherlock Holmes. Get out of here. Alone again. Almost disappointing. Disappointing. I want him to convince me to take me back under his wing. Sometimes it feels like the person I have the most trouble understanding is myself. It isn't like I cannot see why you invite me. With his logic, it's fairly clear and only a fool would reject this proposition. What's stopping me? I wish for something to change, and I must change it with my own 2 hands. No matter how difficult, as long as I work hard for it, I'll attain it. I must attain it. And VTubers put a hat on their model. Yes, I got this nice hat. It does not fit my sense of style at all. That's what I believe for the majority of my life. Why is it that I'm not frozen in place, unable to take that single step forward? Why? I need to go for a walk. Father always used to say that a good person needs to be fair. If you meet someone's ideals that oppose your own, a good person must make an effort to understand that point of view. Not assimilate, not accept, merely understand. Be able to look beyond your own biases, then you're fair and thus good. But Father, how can I remain fair when the world is like this? Everywhere around me are signs, advertisements, and screens, constantly promoting new ways to decide the course of my life. No, not really to decide anything, just to make me willing, make me think that I'm in charge of my destiny and my future. This is the grand metropolis of Isamu, say there's always 10 steps ahead of the rest of the world in terms of technological advancements and innovations. Hold on one moment. Okay, those should be clear enough for now. If you're not taking advantage of it, then you're doing it wrong. It doesn't matter that advantage is actually available to you. If it's being pushed over your wishes, it'll even make you happy. I don't know. There's no need to know. Just to follow the rules. Let yourself be observed by the myriad of security cameras in every corner of every street. Have your every interaction be scrutinized by a faceless suit behind the screen. Everyone has to conform to accept the rules of this game and play by them, regardless of their personal circumstances. There's a joke I was thinking of making, but that's a little too real. That's a little too like relevant to current things going on in the VTubing world. Let's not go there. I really don't want to bring that topic of discussion up. And they don't know about an island they're eliminated on the spot. The type of landscape we live in right now. Everything works as it should. No cogs missing from the machine. Safer world, a stable world, restrictive world. I let my feet do the thinking, taking me further down the district. Oh, hello. This is new. What the fuck is this? What the fuck am I looking at here? Teddy? Teddy, is that you? What did they do to your head? Oh god! What the fuck am I looking at here? A brick building pops into view. Front lane is adorned by patches of grass, robust trees, and well-maintained greenery, evoking a sense of peacefulness in spite of the urban ambiance. The only official structure besides the building itself is an avant-garde sculpture of what appears to be a cat. Jesus Christ, that's a horrifying model, right? Yeah! What the fuck? Cat my ass! This is not what a cat looks like! I've never seen anyone draw a cat like this! No one makes a statue of a cat that looks like that! If that's supposed to be a cat, what the fuck's with all the fucking bars? Like, the closest thing I can think of is like the top of Teddy's head! His eyes are all hollowed out! I call this Ghost of What Once Was an Elephant! Oh god, they cut off his ears! They cut off his ears to replace them with knobs! See it regularly in pamphlets and websites, but the first time I stopped to look at the real thing. It's definitely odd, but there's a certain charm to it that's hard to deny. There's a certain charm knowing that this is going to be invading my nightmares tonight. Explains why students will stop on their tracks just to take a picture of it, giggling innocently as they do so. Yes, it's charming. That's why people stop when they see it. This is the University of Asamu, same building I'm staring at now. If things had gone right, maybe I'd be just like them. What they did to my boy. Your poor cat. They turned your cat into modern art. Modern avant-garde art. The horrors. I mean, I guess it could be worse. They could have fed the cat to the AI. Been strolling around campus during my time off, hanging out with like-minded friends. Maybe stuck in some library room preparing for an upcoming exam. So many options, so many what-ifs. That's what the future this restricting world has assigned me. Don't think, don't wonder. There's nothing for you here. Go home, Elizabeth. Yes, I should probably do just that. Elizabeth? Before I can turn around, a familiar voice calls my name. Oh my gosh, it's Elizabeth! Hey, look who it is! No way! It's been so long! Oh, now these aren't people I was expecting to meet today. Not tax exempt purchase! No! Horrors! Hello, girls. What's surprised to meet you here? Did I tell you it was Elizabeth? I wouldn't mistake her anywhere in the world. Oh my gosh, what are you even doing here? Two girls that have approached me used to be my classmates back in high school. Some people thought of them as my groupies. None of them. These two were perfectly capable of individual thought. What's more, I consider them my friends. How dare that bastard Yama call them groupies. I totally let them have real thoughts. Isn't that right, girls? Yeah! Sure, maybe they idolized me a bit too much, but it wasn't as if that hurt anybody. Not that I know of, at least. I think we'd see you again. Not in person, at least. Yeah, just the other day we talked about how it was about time you showed up in the news or something. I surely hope that in a good way. Of course, you were so amazing back in school. You never knew where you went afterwards, but it was some amazing private university, right? Or company. Clothes you're wearing make you look so professional. I'd gone on my work clothes because there wasn't anything else in my wardrobe that looked nice, and also didn't need an urgent trip to the washing machines. Oh. That point of adulthood where you literally have nothing to wear except your work clothes in a casual environment because fuck the laundromat. Fuck going to the laundromat. Thank you. You two are looking lovely as well, Shizuka, Miko. We finally get names? I thought the issue of my education and employment by calling their names. Lo and behold, they immediately swim at their mere mention. Yeah, I didn't think you remember our names. Well, why wouldn't I? We were inseparable classmates after all. Oh my god, I think I'm going to cry. No need to be so melodramatic. It's just me. But we really miss you. Smile gently at their kind words. Shouldn't you be working at Hololive right now, Miko? To be fair, my mood hasn't exactly improved from the depressing thoughts that were assaulting me earlier, but I can hardly walk away now. Girls look so happy to see me. Even though we haven't met forever, I still consider them my friends. Least I can do is talk to my friends. Since you're out here, I gather you don't have any classes to attend. Yep, no lectures to worry about whatsoever. I'm about to hang out with a friend today, actually. Go to the cafeteria, grab some lunch, the usual. Oh! You made an expression as if she just remembered something. Sorry, you didn't mean to ignore you, Isao. Huh, Isao? Turn around, just a boy who's been staying a few feet away this whole time. Oh god! Actual character art! What the fuck game was it I'm thinking of that had a character named Isao? Isao. What game was it? no, 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 no. Kitao Shoujo, yeah, that's what it was. Fuck, it's been so long. It's been so long since I played Kitao Shoujo. I forgot for a brief moment that, like, oh yeah, that was the protagonist's name in Kitao Shoujo. Fuck. How? God, what was it? It's been like 2 years now, I think? Since I, like, did the, yeah, I think it's been at least 2 years since I, like, finally went, like, finished up, Lily for Valentine's Day. That's what I spent, like, my Valentine's Day, like, 1 or 2 years ago doing. Spending time with Lily to finish Kitao Shoujo. He came back from his manly picnic with the milk and the cigarettes. How's Kenji doing, my man? Good grief, I was going through all that trouble to invite me. How's the heart, man? Kidding, kidding. I just didn't want to interrupt. Their friend was a boy. I guess that's hardly surprising. These girls were very mainly with the opposite sex back in our academy days. He's at least courageous. He's at least courageous enough to keep his distance until it was the right moment to approach. Far cry for some of the boys I had to endure. Elizabeth, meet us now. Sam, meet Elizabeth. Hello, how do you do? Nice to meet you. Do you have a disability of some type? No? You're only British? That's not good enough for me. Elizabeth? Oh yeah, the girls sometimes talk about they had this amazing classmate back in the IIBA. I wanted to meet you in the flesh. Oh please, that wasn't such a big deal. She's always at the top of her class, you know. She's out. Her name is Shizuka, not Shizune. Her name is not Shizune. You're hanging out with the wrong girl right now. I'm sorry, Sal. She's so good at sports and drawing and literally anything she's trying to hand at. The flattery is humbling, but the truth isn't so pristine. Every time an exam approached, I had to go several days with little to no sleep. Sometimes not even make up to mask my exhaustion. I had to show up to school anyway, or my attendance record would suffer. All that effort, and in the end, I'm a wage slave. I wasted my life! Oh, queen! Oh, my queen, I'm sorry! Elizabeth, are you feeling alright? Oh, yes, I apologize. It's been a tiring week. You say that again. Really, sometimes it feels like all our professors want us to see us bleed. Not gonna say anything. That is university life for you. Most you can do is endure. Each flies a complicated smile before drifting their thoughts somewhere else. You don't have much else to do, why don't you hang out with us? Eh? But then you said you were going to the cafeteria? I'm not a student here. Don't worry, no one's going to make a fuss if you're with us. Like, hardly intrude... Bespectable... I know this word. I know how to say this word, I swear. Bespectacled student, hoping you'll offer me a way out. Why not? The more the merrier, right? Sadly, it's apparently too good-natured to understand the intentions behind my look. Is that what you say? Shuffle in place, trying to come up with a good answer. You can't, right? Not that I can't, but... I look at them. With the trendy clothes they're wearing, their bags probably filled to the brim with books. There's a building behind them and the intellectual-looking professors walking out of it. Imagine the classrooms they're leaving behind, the years of history and research they've been a part of. Last I consider that for a couple of hours, I could become part of that as well. There's another university student living the campus life. Happily. My heart is overcome with fright. Actually, yes, I can't. Didn't you say today was your day off? Sadly, even though it's technically my day off, that doesn't mean I can neglect my responsibilities. But I expected somewhere else shortly. It's of vital importance I'm punctual. Lies flow out of my mouth, one after another. I see. That's pretty rough. Just as you expect from Elizabeth, always doing something important. And they believe them all. Why wouldn't they? Saying all this confidently with a pained look on my face. Making expressions for something I'm good at. Thought when such a smiles are hard to pull off a weariness? Train your eyes and cheeks just a little and everyone will trust your every word. Again, I apologize. I'd like to catch up as well, but... no big deal. We can always chat some other time. You still use Patter? Not much nowadays. For you two, I can make an exception. She was on Patter before? Probably never heard about that from Misaki. Great, we've been needing to reach out to our old group. Maybe we can have a little reunion. You had one of your friends a little while ago, right, Sal? A while ago, yes. Play a blast. Seeing some old faces is always a joy. Especially since we got Lily to fly him from Scotland? Was it Scotland? Was it? I forget where it was at Lily Lake. Wait, no. I made that dumb joke, but it wasn't the whole thing at the end. It was that, like, she decided to say after all. It really has been too long since I played Katawa Shoujo. Oh, God. I haven't seen Natsuki in a while either. You know how she's doing? Yes, actually. I see her often. She sometimes comes to visit me at work. I forgot about Natsuki for a moment. At work? Elizabeth, you're working? Oh no, I let that slip. Must be getting rusty seeing I don't have to fake my economical situation as often anymore. I apologize, I stumbled. I meant to say I sometimes visit her at work. Natsuki's not a Lemniscape employee, you see. My responsibility is sometimes taking me to her workplace. She like a Lemny partner? I'm so jelly. That is a big accomplishment for someone so young. But something along those lines. We do end up playing such a gathering, I'd be glad to be there. That made me so happy. We should really get to it, right? Yeah, it's not like it's impossible to gather everyone, but with everything that happens, it's just a bit... The expressions immediately go sour. They must be talking about the incident at the academy. Us and our later years could continue with our classes for more online, but the younger students had no choice but to change schools. The prime situation for once good friends to quickly lose contact. You had rough too, right, Sal? Oh, not at all. Same as everybody else, I'd imagine. You were still at the academy as well? You were around? Where the fuck were you during the main game? Just the first year. I got lucky and found a place to accommodate me right away. There's a place for disabled students. I have a heart condition, you know. Fuck, he really has me too long. I don't remember the name of the school in Katawa Shoujo. God damn it. Hoshi's gonna watch this someday and he's going to be so pissed at me. It was still a big source of stress for me and for everyone. I'm very glad it's all in the past. Yes, the past. All in the past and nothing else. Yeah, stress is no bueno, huh? No bueno at all. That's why you should go de-stress. Man, glad to hear that. Glad? Well, yes, if you got that stress, it means you two have been putting a lot of effort into your studies, does it not? Well, not really. What student does, right? What? Not really. Did I just hear that right? Uni's been so bad lately. There's even protests about it. Haven't you heard? Protests? I don't think if I remember hearing something along those lines a while back. Think about the University of Samu being more difficult than it used to. Doesn't sound like the usual dribble to me. Students too lazy or entitled to accept that life is hard, so I paid it no mind. So like every year classes are becoming more and more demanding, it's too hard to keep up. Now they want to take away the arts department and all the artsy extracurricular activities. No! Shizune! No, wait, not Shizune. Rin! Rin! No! They're taking your shit away, Rin! We thought, hey, why not complain about this? Also, I remember these girls never had any interest in activities related to the arts. Maybe they developed an interest while in university. I shouldn't jump to conclusions so quickly. Well, that's fair and all, but what about your studies? That's a good question, actually. It's been a while since I last checked my grades. And you, Miko? Is it bad that, like, for, like, a brief moment, like, up until I realized, like, oh, wait, Rin was the art student, I, like, briefly, like, confused Shizune with Rin. Out of all the people to confuse with one another. Damn, I didn't even study for my last exam. It just felt like it wasn't worth it, you know? I was going to get a bad grade regardless, so why put in the effort? Your professor sure didn't look too happy when he gave it back. He's mumbling about me being a lost cause or something. Damn! That's a very common story nowadays. Are you sure that's fine? Oh, it'll work out. I was all flung a couple classes, but I could just try them again next year. Are you taking this too lightly? Sending Fuck. They're actually using, like, They're actually using like fucking like abbreviations and like shortening shit. I taking this too lightly. Sending oil is expensive, not to mention demanding. Both give me a complicated expression. I'm meant to pay an extra year of tuition or worse, stay on academic probation. How many people can afford that? At least consider putting enough effort to not flunk your classes. We are putting in effort. The processing in the school is too hard. And other things too, I have a boyfriend now who's so stressed he started taking some shitty drugs. Well, isn't that what matters? Shitty drugs? There's the smallest mistakes getting flunked now. It's really unfair, the students are being put through hell because of it. It's another reason why things have gone so bad. I just want to feel more comfortable here, you know? Is that so bad? It's so weird how we're having, like, this major It was one thing when, like, Shizuka and Miko were just, like, random faceless groupie hanger-ons of Elizabeth in the main game. It's so weird having, like, this major, like, actual detailed conversation with them. And the entire time, it's only this random dude who was never in the main game that has, like, an actual sprite talking to us right now. Well, the words, although with their faults, are still sound of heart. Even while hiding under my veiled cynicism, I can't bring myself to brush away their pained expressions. I'm not saying that's wrong. Then why do I feel so irritated? Students do lie in studying. Securing yourself a good future should be just as much a priority as everything else. Not everyone's as perfect as you. Can't, you know, do so much effortlessly. It really seemed like I accomplished those grades effortlessly. I won those prizes without pricing to unhealthy degrees. Like taking that perfect attendance record without having to rely on all sorts of energy drinks and pharmaceuticals. I'm not even sure how I should feel. All I want to do is drop the subject and go home. It sure may be an extra expense in the long run. I want to stop the anger building in my stomach and not my throat. It's just money. There are more important things than that, right? Right! Just how can they be so naive? If I don't play in school, so what? It's just grades and some dumb paper. These girls don't know anything! I was gonna be full of other opportunities. If worse comes to worse, I'm sure I'll find a new place and no... You cut that out already?! And that's all I can tolerate. So I cannot believe what I'm hearing right now. Elizabeth? It's just money? It's just grades? So many people out there would give a limb to be here and you're willing to throw it away so easily? Give me a moment, I'm gonna go get some more water and clear my throat again. I can feel my voice starting to go again. Alright, I'm back. Let's see about finishing at least this tonight. So many people out there who give a limb to be here and you're willing to throw it away so easily? Have any some self-awareness left in your head? Listen, you two, I'm saying this for your own good. No matter what's going on, you have to study. Nothing will come out of neglecting it. So to get your act together and start putting in some real effort, you should play. Excuse me. Oh no! Oh no! He stands up! What? You should maybe stop this. You're making a scene. Calm voice finally dazzles my anger. Please stop this or my heart might give out! I understand you're upset, but please keep in mind there are better ways to express it. Makes me realize just how loud I've been, given the number of students currently looking at us like we're some circus show. Go on, make a fool of yourself again, Elizabeth. You're not a student here, right? Doesn't that make it just a little unfair on your part to judge without understanding of their circumstances? I'm currently enrolled in the University of Osamu is going through some difficult times. They all deal with it in different ways, otherwise they wouldn't be able to keep attending. It's not that they're disagreeing with your argument either. A lot of students here have dreamt of getting into certain careers since they were small, you know. And these two are still here, it's a testament to their commitment. Of course, I'm sure you yourself have your own struggles to deal with. Everybody does. Just please try to consider the situations of others before getting angry with them. Otherwise, you'll all just come away feeling terrible. Nobody wants to see such a nice reunion ruined like that. Especially not these girls, I'm sure. This is definitely post-character development, Hisao. Question is, which girl is this the post-development of? So what's wrong with me today? Losing my temper like this isn't normal. It hasn't happened at all, not since 3 years ago. Not since that day. I should just go. Huh? Sorry girls, it's because I'm not feeling well. No, we're sorry too, right? We didn't mean to offend you or anything. Yeah. Awkward silence engulfs us as their bespectacled friend turns around and smiles away any prying onlookers. I guess it's Shizune. Yeah, he really did grow to understand people better after having to deal with Shizune's stubbornness and Misha-ness. I have matters to attend to now, so if you'll excuse me. It's a surreal amount of effort to maintain a steady pace instead of breaking into a sprint. Wait, Elizabeth! When distant Shizuka calls my name. We'll contact you on that reunion, okay? You better come! Yes, I'd be glad. I'll leave them behind, not daring to look back until the university is out of view. Holding a hand over my chest to mitigate somewhat the stinging pain assaulting it. Elizabeth, no! Sal's the one with the heart condition! I collapse onto the bed right after getting home. Being fair with others when your views don't align is hard. It was the same with a certain someone from my past. If we had just given each other a proper chance instead of constantly quarreling, maybe we could have been friends. Only people could talk without the danger of hurting each other's feelings. It pissed me off so much! It pissed me off, 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 it pissed me off! What the fuck, Elizabeth? It pissed me off! What do you mean, so what? What do you mean it's just money? Are you really that mad in the head? You realize how many people would want what you have? And even if you don't, why would you even spout such bollocks? And think of how they feel. Who's that guy think he is? You should then try to think of how I felt before saying such a... Eyes feel moist. I hate this. This stupid city, not that pompous school, not Shizuka and Miko, not the bystanders who only stare at us in the background. Why is it meaning others all I know how to do? Let's be fair, you have to be the better party, so that even if the other person can't see the matter from your perspective, the conversation can remain civil. It's such a simple thing, but I'm completely worthless at it. Even though I try my hardest to help someone, it only ever amounts to a few words shouted in deaf ears. Eventually trying to remain calm became harder than the alternative. To escape my worries, I go to sleep. Is that where it ends? Or... That night I have a dream. I'm outside the gate of an elementary school. Sun's almost set and most of the other children have already gone home. Tiny hands holding tightly onto the straps of my backpack. I can't be more than 10 years old. School gate is lonely and silent as always. None of my friends live close enough to us to walk home together. None of my 2 or 3 friends whose name I can't remember now. That's fine. I don't need them. As long as I have my dad, I don't need any of them. I look to each side of the street, expectantly waiting for him to show up and try my darndest to hide it. Lizzie! There he is. But that's weird around him. Say he was intimidating, but I think they're all cowards. Let's just look at him. He's clearly just a big pushover. A rigid posture, fuzzy eyebrows, a funny-looking beard. Nothing to feel threatened by. Are you waiting long? No, I just got here. A lie. What were you doing? Playing with my friends. Another lie. I see. That's good. He's always been a man of few words, but also smiled the warmest of smiles. Give him a big hug. Oh, I stop. I hadn't noticed that there's someone else behind him. Younger looking stranger, though back then all adults looked equally old. So this is my daughter Elizabeth. Daughter? The important business was... Yes, I promised to pick her up. Apologize for dragging you along with me. No, not at all. I just was expecting us to stop by a school out of all places. Lizzie, this here is Officer Katsu Kobayashi. He works with me at the precinct. Say, you can call him the Adachi to my Dojima. Say hello. Good. Look at the sky again. Good afternoon. Good evening. Yes, good evening. Good evening. My name's Elizabeth. Yes, I heard. Oh. It's my first conscious memory of being an adult too awkward or uninterested to properly converse with a child. I don't know, Cheryl, regarding the issue from before. Yes, come with us. We'll talk about it later. Lizzie, Katsu here is having dinner with us at home. Remember to behave. I will. It was the first time Dad invited any of his coworkers over for dinner. Now let's go home. Yes. The ride home is silent and awkward. The front seat is busted, the stranger and I have to sit in the back together. Try to keep a straight face. Behave as Dad instructed. Strangers make me uncomfortable. This stranger makes me especially uncomfortable. That means that made me shudder at the thought of looking his way again. This is your home? Oh, you're expecting something else? It's your cat, I assume you live somewhere more. Stranger takes a glance at me, trying to say if I can tell what he's thinking. Are you poor? This is a house for poor people. Say your daddy was a police officer, but that was a lie. Policemen aren't poor, they're all cool and rich. What the fuck? What fucking, like, stories about policemen have you been told, Elizabeth? I just think of Detective Gumshoe always stuck on the gumshoe diet of, like, ramen, like, once or twice a week. Whenever he can actually scrounge enough from his meager paycheck. No, I think that was someone else, but it can't be too different from the truth. Is there a problem? No. Name is the rest. I see. We'll come on in. Pleasure. I may have imagined it, but I think I saw him smile. Why would he smile? Such a weird person. That's us preparing dinner. Since he's not very good, it's mostly me doing all the work. Shit! No! You're doing all the work, you're Nanako! This is Dojima, Adachi, and Nanako! When's the cousin coming in? Stranger takes a seat at the dinner table. He looks awfully fidgety. Should I help with something? Just sit tight, Katsu, almost done. That reminds me, there was actually one thing, like, when I was playing through Lucid9 that I was expecting to see, but I never did see it. I think I, like, mistook, because I could have swore that there was, like, a line in Lucid9 that did directly reference Persona 4. Like, there's a point where, like, students are gossiping about two teachers. I think that wasn't Lucid9. I think that was another VN I played around the same time as Lucid9, 1000 Lies, which is also a free VN, but that one didn't grab me quite as hard as Lucid9 did, so don't expect to play through that anytime in the future. But I tell if he simply wants to help if he knows how terrible Dad is at cooking. No, he's looking at me. He's probably thinking that I'm the one who's bad. Blah, 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 blah. Come on, I know how to read. Well, I'll show him. Mom used to cook, so she's gone now. That means I need help out. You guys should sit and wait. Let's see. Oh, doesn't seem uncomfortable at all. Dad does, however. He's not cooking anymore. Picking up Mom always makes him stop everything he's doing dead mom! It is Nanako! It is Nanako and Dojima! Oh my god! I should have remembered. I didn't. For some reason the guest keeps staring at me, so I don't like his glare. I try not to look back. Then I finish, we set the food, eat. I'm not turning out tasty, but the dad's getting better and I'm just that good at cooking. Everybody's done the adults start talking about serious issues that I can't understand. As much as I would like to stand up and go read the novel I've yet to finish, Dad hasn't given me permission yet. Hanging out without permission would be impolite. So I sit there trying my best to stay awake. Sir, can I ask a question? Of course. The man's offer, Masari Nori, was it? Why didn't you take it? The mayor? I knew it was Nanako that killed her mother! Oh no! Can't believe Nanako was the one driving that car that hit Nanako's mother! Offer? Masari Nori? Ah, so that's what this is all about. I'm not good with stuffy desk jobs like that. You think about the money. Gazu, did you join the force for the money? Absolutely not! Jump! I wasn't expecting him to shout that loudly. I apologize. It's fine. I'm the same, you know. I won't make a difference inside some office. I want things to change, I must keep working right where I'm at. With a remote meeting, I'll be able to force something better for Elizabeth. Change? Sir, what do you mean? I think the city's heading in a dangerous direction. The best chance of helping everyone from within the police force. True money would be nice. She can ensure my girl a bright future. As long as I work hard, I'll provide her with everything she needs. Can't stop doing the right thing simply because there's money on the line. Isn't that right, Lizzie? I do not take bribes. I do not take bribes. I swear. I'm a good cop. Just like Dojima-san. That reaches out and caresses my hair. It's relaxing. Want to have the freedom to become whatever she wants and say that's both safe and fair. But not enough. Can't say. I don't have children. What does that have to do with anything? In any case, Captain. Yes, I know. I'll go fetch those documents. Lizzie, you can go to your room now. Thanks for helping out. I'll go say goodnight later. Yes, Dad. Dad stands up and heads upstairs to his room. Sleepy. Wanted to read, but it's too late now. Maybe I'll just go to bed. Kid. Who? You, kid. My name is Elizabeth. Elizabeth, what do you think of what your father just said? What do I think? In the same way he was asking. It's not polite for a kid to meddle in adult conversation. I only caught bits and pieces. Also, it's the first time an adult asked me for my opinion on anything not related to school. Do I think he's commendable, even though he might sound too idealistic sometimes. He says he wants you to be whatever you want. What would you like to become? That's a complicated question for a child. He probably wasn't used to talking to people in general, hence why he asked that so seriously to a 10 years old. I don't want to disappoint, so I think, and I think. So many things I thought of becoming. Teacher, a writer, a scientist. Ooh, even a police officer like my mom. Oh, mom was also a policewoman, huh? That's new. Not Dad, but Mom. Greatest policewoman ever, according to everyone. At this moment, only a single answer comes to mind. I want to help Dad. When Mom died, he started to work even more, and every night he comes home tired. How do you plan to help him? Money. Money? You get a lot of money, you can buy better things, like a machine that cleans the house on its own. And Dad won't worry about cleaning again. Oh, you poor sweet child. I'm sorry, that's not a machine, that's a maid you're looking for. I don't think those exist. They do, I looked it up. The school girl told me, once poor, always poor. She was mean. So it means you have to work harder to achieve your dreams. For some reason, the stranger does the same thing Dad just did and puts a hand over my head. He rustles instead, making a mess out of my perfectly combed hair. Hey, stop it! Stop it! Work hard and show them. If you're willing to do whatever it takes for what you want, then nothing is out of reach. You get a good job, good grades or money, effort will bring it to you. I guess I'll stop doing that! It hurts you bloody twat! Now who taught you that language? And finally stops, with a faint smile on his lips. Like the last one, this smile feels genuine. It makes it even more infuriating. Stay hard, work hard, and become rich. Really? Depends on you. Learn to be someone special, you first need to start acting the part. Confident attitude can carry you far in life, even if you have nothing to support it. It sounds stupid. If I act like someone important, people tend to believe me, even though I'm poor as well. I don't believe you. Shh. Trust me, it works. People are gullible. Just don't tip your hand like I did. It did sound stupid. Maybe because they were the words of an adult. Katsu's argument was convincing nevertheless. Elizabeth, you haven't gone to bed already? Suddenly Dad shows up from the stairs. Oh, sorry. My apologies, sir. I was talking to her and didn't realize it was so late. Dora is very well behaved. Got quite a mouth on her, though. Yeah, she takes after her mother. Now it's time for adults to work. Off to bed, Lizzie. Yes, Dad. Good night. Was Papa not Dojima calling Elizabeth Lizzie the whole time? I wonder if that ever came up during the main game. Good night to Katsu, too. Good night, mister. Yes, good night. Before leaving, I take one last look inside the dining room. Dan and Katsu are talking over some papers, too immersed to pay me any attention. If I stay hard and work hard, as he said, I'll also become a proper adult like them. A dog can become anything she wants. Yes, that sounds fun, right? No one can take that away from me, right? Turn off the alarm. Time to work. Elizabeth Oshiro is a necessary but by no means indispensable member of Cafe de la Pie. As someone to fill my position, this cafe won't work as it should. There's a responsibility being paid afterwards is satisfying. Anything the matter, Chief? Yes, sometimes this job is more boring than I'm willing to admit. No, nothing at all. You say so. By the way, the kitchen staff was talking about almost running out of some ingredients. Yes, there's a problem with our food supplies, but don't worry, I'll take care of it. Great, we're counting on you. First proof of how hard I'm trying. Putting so much effort into something means it must be worthwhile, maybe even meaningful. Now it just feels empty. Like Elizabeth Oshiro has become nothing more than her daily routine. Day of work and night of rest. Day of work and night of rest. Time and time again. I hate this. Not accomplishing anything, never making any progress in life. I want to cry. Methodically and willingly letting the days go by. I'm sorry, Chief, can you take the door? Yes, of course. Push those cries of anguish to the back of my head. Spot will be left to rot until I forget they ever existed and head to the cafe's entrance door until the next day of work. Welcome, would you like to order? Maybe sit down somewhere in our table, please. Same as usual. You wouldn't mind. Lead Katsu to a table in the far end corner. It's been positioned in such a way that no one can eavesdrop on our discussion. Sits down nonchalantly, picks up the menu and reads it for a good minute. Like to order an American espresso, right? You always order the same thing. At least try the pastries this time, will you? That donut also. Donut? Seriously? Is there a problem? Blimey, you really are a cop. An absolute donut! Also, I find myself looking at the posters once again. I think these are different posters than in the main game. But I'm looking at the far left. Wait, this is a Lucid9 poster. Excuse me? I can just barely make out the logo on this poster here. That says Lucid9. What the hell? Yo, I want to know what Zodiac Axis is, though, too. What does this mean? What does this mean, Lucid9 devs? What do you need me today, Katsu? There's nothing important. Could you wait until the end of my shift? I'm very busy today. Sorry, but it's not possible. It's a matter of extreme urgency, so listen carefully. My voice is heavy, so I need to pay full attention. I wasn't sure if telling you was the right choice, but considering that he may try to contact you later today. He? Who is he? Because I swear, if you don't stop dancing around the issue. Ishimoto. Yamashimoto. Oh. That name. Think about it, Elizabeth. Insufferable name. Keep going as always. Wait, you mean... Mo might attempt to contact you. He's been allowed to. Oh. This is new. Spark reunites somewhere within me. If procedure goes according to plan, they will be out on the streets close to midday. I don't understand why I couldn't warn you through the phone given how sensitive this topic is. Warn me? Yes, Yamashimoto is, after all, a big liability to us. He was at the very center of that incident 3 years ago, and now these back different parties may try to use him to their advantage. You understand what I'm trying to say, right? I do, but what do you want me to do about it? For 3 years, he deserves to do as he pleases. He's owed that much, isn't he? This isn't the time for compassion. It doesn't seem like you understand at all. Elizabeth, just how exactly... What do you know about the conspiracy, Elizabeth? One wrong step in Yamashimoto might blow a hole in our carefully constructed plan. Elizabeth, what do you know? That would mean that all my efforts, your efforts, and your father's efforts could go down the drain. You understand that as well, right? But these are your instructions. I want Yamashimoto out of the picture. If you can't ignore him, then you will keep your interactions with him to a minimum. Only to what's strictly mundane, just like an average citizen would do. Above all, you won't mention me. Is that clear? A second chance. Elizabeth? Yes? You're alright. You just told me that insufferable man might attempt to make my life miserable again. Of course I'm not alright! Don't look so happy about it. Happy about it? Me? Please, if thinking about that man can ever make me happy. No, not the slightest. Listen, you do what you must. Make sure he doesn't get in my way. Like anything else with your order? No, I'm fine. Walk away clutching the cafe's menu in my trembling fingers. Each step I take feels like I'm pushing against a sea of invisible mud. Sluggish and disgusting, but unlike before, the strain is different. My body now has a purpose. I'm struggling not for its own sake, but to accomplish something. To reach someone. I absolutely won't let them down this time. Another day of work it is. That's gotta be in the prologue, right? The heroine prologue, I think is what they call it. Like, alright, patient? So, do you feel as if you have gained confidence? No. No. Intriguing. I expected your mind to lean towards self-loathing, to imagine the drug will have you dream of something completely opposite of what we expected. Evidently, further testing is required before this sample can be used again. Now then, you're ready, please fix your eyes on the sample that attracts you the most. Alright, yeah, that's what I thought was going to happen. So, looks like we can do all 4 of the prologues, but... That was definitely a lot long. Well, I shouldn't say a lot longer. It was a little bit longer than I thought it was going to be. I don't think I can get through all 3 of the other ones within a timely manner in this stream. And I don't want to, like, be like, oh yeah, I'll just do the rest of these on the next stream. I technically finished the main game. This is, like, I think from what I know, this is all stuff that, like, will be in, like, the full game in, like, a more, like, organic way. Like, when the game gets, like, fully completed, so... I wanted to end a little bit earlier than fucking 3 or 4 a.m. Let me check something first. If there's none of them around, then... Yeah, no, there's a thing I want to do tonight. Doing all these samples is going to take a very long time. I do not think I'll be able to get through all 4 of these, like, before it gets way too late and I have to, like, stop, like, short again. And this time I don't think, like, stopping short on, like, one or two of these is enough to like really get out a full stream. And I'm gonna be honest, I just don't want to like do another. I'm gonna be honest, I just want to move on to the next thing at this point. Like, it's nice. Like, it was really nice to revisit Lucid9, even if I did get my heart completely torn out by that ending again. This is interesting. I am gonna play these on my own. Maybe I'll actually make that like a bonus video instead. Just like do the rest of the prologues or these extra scenes as like a bonus video instead. But I think for tonight, I'm going to. But yeah, I think for tonight I'm just going to call it. Hoping that these would be either like really short or when I was hoping that this would be like shorter. I did not think it was going to be. Oh, thank you, just another Adrian for the follow. I welcome you to the Dragonfly Den, Guild, Hospital Room, something like that. I'm sorry you are following just as I'm about to end. But I do want to do something else tonight before the night's over. I've had my fun. I'm glad I got to at least see one of these. I will see about maybe doing these as a bonus stream. Or not bonus stream, like a bonus video just for another day maybe. Drop a follow so I can find you later. You seen chill. Thank you very much. Thank you, Adrian. I'm glad you think so. I can be pretty chill, but I can also like from what my friends have told me, I kind of like go from like very chill and calm to like absolutely frantic in like a moment. So just a warning. I might seem chill, I might get a little crazy at points. But that was fun. It was nice to revisit Lucid9 again. I hope that like the devs, I hope that Fallen Snow Studios get to actually like finish the game at some point. Chill, I your visor look on point. Not chill like calm. Yeah, I get you. Thank you very much, Adrian. Good to hear. I'm going to go ahead and find myself someone to raid into because I need to get back into the habit of raiding people. And so, yeah, that was Lucid9. That was the main story and one of the heroine prologues that's supposed to be for the main game. I will definitely see about. I'm definitely going to do the other prologues on my own time and maybe even record them for a bonus video. Yeah, I'm probably just going to do a bonus video at some point because I actually do really, really want to get into my next major project. And for those of you who don't know, this is something I've actually been like teasing since all the way back in like 2021? 2021 or 2022, I forget when it was, when I was doing Cuphead. I talked about it before, but next week, probably next week, I'm hoping to do this next Thursday morning, I am going to be starting up a little RPG series. The first of a little RPG series called The Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky. I've been meaning to do this for a few years now. I think I've got the thing set up, and now I've got like the mods for like all the full voice acting. I'm very much looking forward to actually experiencing that for myself. Let's go ahead and raid. Not sure if I ever actually raided Sarah Bear, so we're gonna raid Sarah Bear. Sarah Bear's another VTuber. They are. I actually don't think they're using the VTuber model right now since they are. At least I don't see the VTuber model since they're with. I don't know if it's because it's like Baldur's Gate 3 and it's just too much of a strand of the VTuber model. I've seen her use the PNG before. But yes, we're gonna go see Sarah Bear. VTuber, Goth Bun GF as she described herself, playing Baldur's Gate 3. Thank you everybody for joining me. I hope to see you or the next stream. Next week, next Thursday morning, I'm going to try to aim for a Thursday morning. Finally start The Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky. We'll see you then.